For me, osteopathy is a question of feeling. It's a question to be sensitive, to know what you feel, but to feel a lot. And to forget yourself and to feel the patient. The patient is the most important person. So this kind of sensitivity, is a special sensitivity we must have. We are manual therapists, okay? So the information comes from the hand, from your hand to your brain, because you will feel with your hand, and we are very proud to be manual therapists. The body is a long story. What I say, you are not just with the patient, we are with the life of the patient. So every detail of his life is important. You put the hand on the patient, your hand is attracting somewhere, and this somewhere is important. It means that the tissues are suffering. So you try after to analyze with your brain. But the first contact is the hand, and your brain analyze what your hand has felt. But secret, the problem when you treat somebody, you must have this feeling that you want to help a patient. And if you want to help a patient, you are positive somewhere. You are not crying and suffering with the patient. So this kind of energy is not, you don't use your energy to treat somebody, but you have a presence positive. And this presence positive means that you will have more results than somebody else. So it's important not to work with your energy. In a certain way, you will be tired. Good for the first patient, very bad for the last one. So it's this presence that you must have, not arrogant, not dominant, listening to something, but present, and you want to help the patient. First, I want to come back to something. For instance, I treated a player, a soccer player, very known, very important one, with a problem with the ankle, conical ankle. The only thing I found was a problem with the tooth. Okay, there was some inflammation behind the tooth. I treated the tooth. I asked him to see a dentist, and he had no more this ankle problem. To make the connection with the tooth on the tibia, on the tibiofibular joint, is very difficult. If you do some research, you will never find, because certainly the nervous system, and we have 100,000 kilometers of nerve in the body. So which nerve was the connection? Which was the connection? So the body will be always mysterious. The brain, is a mass. You have 1 kilo, 350 grams of brain. It's thinking. Nobody knows how we can think. Nobody. The best researcher in the world cannot say. So it's why we have a big modesty, but we're not the only one to have the big modesty. It's important to do some research for the school, osteopathics, to do some research, but to know that life is a mystery somewhere. At the beginning, you have one spermatozoid, one ovule, and it will create somebody. So it's a word. It's a very complicated word. So research is important because we want to learn something, to teach something to our students, which is not stupid, which have a certain logic, but in a certain way, we will never get the maximum and the summum. Preparing a course about the brain, a difficult one. I started in '81 because I organized some free treatment for disabled kids. And people were so focused on the skull, and the skull for me is not so important, it's the brain which is more important. And the brain is inside the cavity, like the heart inside the thorax. So you must have a very good sensitivity and listening to know what is inside a bony cavity. It's why without listening, I wonder how you can do. The brain, you have something objective, like the arterial system, venous system, the pressure of the brain, you are rather objective. And you have a lot of things which are more on the domain of sensitivity, of feeling. For instance, what you call functional. When you're functional, you are somebody, for instance, like on the emotional part, you are more nothing objective, but you must have a good hand, and we have good results. So we separate the brain into two things. I tried to do some experiments with MRI, with CT scan. CT scan was easy, MRI was easy, but it's very funny. The radiologists say that we are more sensitive than the MRI, and it's difficult, quite impossible to prove that you have some effect on the brain. So I did some experiments with organs, a lot with ultrasounds, with how do you call fluoroscopy. With I did a lot of dissection to know where my hand are. So I work a lot. I can say I'm a hard worker myself. I'm never satisfied about what I'm doing. I prefer to do more because when you are satisfied, it's time to retire. So I work a lot. And I try sometimes to prove, because for me it's important to prove, to know that I'm the good way, and also not to attract people, students, in the bad direction. And this way I like to have a presence with some medical doctor, because if we are too much separated from the official medicine, we can be dangerous in a certain way, because you have a group on what you call the guru effect, and you don't know, little by little people believe you too much. So I like to work with some medical doctor, with some radiologists, because radiologists, they know very well anatomy. And of course, I have loved to work on dissection, because when you put your hand, you know, it's not easy. You have, it's what I say, you put your hand on this location here. Is it the kidney? Is it the gallbladder, the duodenum, the large intestine, the pancreas? So you have many things that is in this area, just this area here on the right side. We must be precise, and precision means that you have good effect with the patient. So we never stop to allow research. There's something to add. People are speaking about evidence-based, and that is very difficult. Because you are not me, my patient is not the other one. On evidence-based is very allopathic part, because if you have some sciatic problem, a sciatic problem can come from the genital system, can come from the foot, from the knee and so on. If we follow our concept, we are not focused only on the disc, on the discopathy between L4, L5, L5, S1. So in medicine, they ask you to be precise L4, L5, but maybe the problem comes from the knee or the sacrum. It's why it's very difficult. Very difficult. We are not in the same world, and I respect what they do, but I do respect also what we are doing ourselves. Neuroendocrine was one of the last part of visceral manipulation. It's interesting to know how the digestive organ works. It works because you have some dilatation of some part. For instance, you swallow something. Your esophagus has the dilatation, the mechanoreceptors will create some information, central information. This food or this liquid go inside the stomach, and the stomach starts to contract itself. There is some mechanoreceptor we will work. The mechanoreceptor will stimulate the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve will stimulate the acetylcholine, which will stimulate the hydrochloric acid. It's why there is something absolutely mechanical, because when you swallow, you dilate a little your digestive system. So we try to be very precise in certain part of the abdomen, certain part of some organ, because we were focused a little more on the abdomen. And we have this general answer which go to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is the master of everything. If you are precise, mechanically precise, you have some information, general information, and you have some neuroendocrine stimulation. And after, you know, when we put the hand on somebody, there is certainly something on the electromagnetic field also. Difficult to prove. We have done a lot of research with infrared, for instance, which is a part of the electromagnetic field. And when you put your hand on somebody, it's not neutral. If you are precise, there is something else, not only the mechanoreceptors. For the digestive system, it's interesting because they did some experiments on dogs, for instance, trying to open a little bit the pylorus of the dog, seeing what kind of stimulation, neuroendocrine stimulation they have, and there is a secretion. There is a secretion. But there is a placebo effect. When you think, for instance, I put my hand on you, you will feel my hand, your body will react even if I'm not so precise. But it seems that it reacts much more when you are precise than just only the placebo effect. For instance, we did some experiments in America which show that precision is a big part of osteopathy. If you are not precise, you are not this connection. So it's why we must know exactly where to put the hand. And we have, with visceral manipulation, a short-term effect, a mid-term effect, and a long-term effect. Short-term effect is only on the mechanoreceptors. The long-term effect is when the brain starts to work, and after you have some other things. So it's nice. It's difficult to prove in our job. It's difficult because the patient, they feel better, but in medicine, it's not a proof of something. It's not a proof. We know it. But we are I have good friends who are doctors, who are pharmacists. They work in the industry of pharmacy. They say that very often they are a little less severe with themselves than with us, because they are very severe with us. It's when you put your hand, you feel a tension, you are very precise, you release the tension, you feel that the organ is moving, it's releasing and so on, you know you have done something. If you do something without listening, without knowing where you have always the same tension. So we feel ourselves the difference when you put the hand. You know what is interesting? In France, we are recognized, osteopathy is recognized because of what? Because of election. We have a lot of people treated by osteopath, and the politicians know these people were happy about osteopathy, and they say we must respect the electors, because if we want to be, that they vote for us, we must respect. So it's the people who push the government to recognize us. That is social, it's a social part. After, so it's, we must work with a medical community, it's a medical community. I don't know how to treat diabetes myself. I'm very happy to send to the doctor or to the diabetologist. So because we have no effect on this when somebody is short of insulin. If you try to treat yourself, this person will die. So we cannot avoid to work with them. So it's why it's important to be on the side, to have our own personality, but to know that sometimes we have a limit, to know that the other has a limit, and sometimes when you feel limited, you send to somebody else. And it's very dangerous for us to say there is a barrier between allopathy and osteopathy. Because if you feel that you can feel that you can do everything, and that is a big mistake. I have seen people on the point to die because they have sent. I give you an example. There was a baby, and he was treated by some people. They found some allergy, and little by little was allergy to the milk, after to the milk of the mother, after to any kind of food, after to water, and the baby died because he could not eat something. So these people were very dangerous. It's like there was a community, like a religion community. So for us, if osteopathy is on the one part, on the medicine on the other part, we will have people with very good, they call personality. We will maybe attract the osteopathy in a very wrong way. So we must communicate, absolutely must communicate. That is important. But the easiest study is with the vascular system, because with Doppler, it's not invasive. You can check if you have some effect on some arteries, so you can do some research. The problem is when you do a research in France, you must do it at the hospital or the university with a PhD at the head. And very often there is what you call an ethical committee. We say no, they cannot do something in the hospital because they have not the diploma of medicine. And you have the funny thing that you have some doctor trying to do some research about osteopathy, but they don't know how to do. Because to be good in osteopathy, it needs time. Or sometimes also what happens, the students are doing some research, but they are not the good hand. We need 10 years minimum after the diploma to have good hands. So for me, the easiest thing is the vascular system. That is the easiest thing because it's easy to prove. There is a good research that somebody sent to me about serotonin, taking the blood before manipulation, after manipulation of the organ. And he showed that we have a big effect on serotonin. And this guy is very smart. He does it very well. He does it very well. The point for you, if you can go inside the hospital, do the research, it will work. But I work myself 7 years in an hospital. I can tell you they are cheating a lot when they do some research. And they are more severe with us than they are severe with themselves. So that is another problem. Visceral manipulation, of course. It's I read an article or somebody spoke about visual manipulation saying that the organ doesn't move. When you breathe strongly with a deep breath, your kidney move about 8-9 centimeters. 8-9, it's not with the diaphragm. So it's following the. So it's why my first research, you know why it was very good? Because it took me 3 years to convince, I work at the hospital, to convince the deans and the PhD of the hospital that the kidney was moving. 3 years. I did a lot of dissection with them, and after they say, yes, you're right, the kidney is moving. So visual manipulation I like because I touch, because it's warm, because it's gliding, because, you know, it's, of course, I love the brain, but I would, no, visual manipulation was my first book, and I do believe, still believe in what I wrote at this time. But I would tell, you know, why osteopathy exists. Because there is a limit in another medicine. Because if the medicine can heal everybody, osteopathy will never exist. So it's why we are very important people. When you have somebody with a low back pain, okay, maybe it's working for himself. He cannot work. He cannot work. He takes some anti-inflammatory drugs, some painkiller and so on, but suppose it doesn't work. He comes to see us, and sometimes it works very well. So we permit to this guy to work. So we are very socially important. It's what I would like to say to people. We are socially important. We know our limit. We must know our limit. We know that we fail sometimes, but sometimes we have very good results that medicine don't have. So I respect their results. They must respect my results. Say good luck, because it's with something very long. But you know, when something is easy to do, it's not interesting. Huh? It's not absolutely not interesting. So it's why osteopathy, you have no limit. You will always improve yourself, not for yourself, but for the patient. And I say you must work. If you don't work, if you believe that you have a good hand without working, and what I say is there is no genius. There's just people working. And we must work and to deserve the results, because if you don't work, you have not so good results. And to believe that your hand is magic is a big, big mistake. We have no magic hand. We must work anatomy.